getting the stream together, and then we'll hop into the recap. I think the only downside of my super awesome keyboard is that it picks up on the mic. It is. It really is. But, you know, what are you going to do? Amazingly. Yeah. Pretty great. Pretty great. Yeah, I need a few more minutes. You can start it. What does that mean, season 7?
Is that how it normally is with shows? Season 7 is
Yeah,
the big one.
yeah. That's the it's going down.
It was
Everything
definitely
goes
like that
left.
for Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. They put their eyes on a different prize, and they're like, ah, you know what? This Thrones thing. Season 7.
I mean, think about all the historic shit we've lived through. It's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. We have gone through quite a bit. Quite a bit. Um,
We reinvented hieroglyphs. Think about that.
we did. There's an entire episode of Star Trek where they meet a civilization that talks only in cultural references. So they can't. They're trying to figure out like how to communicate with them because all they ever talk about is cultural shit. So it's like if they walked up and said, "Will Smith at the Grammys with Chris Rock," the Oscars with Chris Rock, to mean an adversarial situation. But that's the only thing they said to explain it to you.
Yo, that's wild. I want to see that one.
It's Kanye West to Taylor Swift. It's like what?
Hmm.
Kanye West to Taylor Swift. It is a hilarious episode. It's where culture is now. If you don't know the cultural reference points, it's really hard to talk to people.
What
Kanye
song is this?
Shrug.
This was Star Trek: The Next Generation. I gotta find the episode for you.
Kanye Shrug.
Exactly like that.
You don't know what Kanye Shrug, my man.
All right. Well, last time on the Shadows Echo, the Misfits continue to deal with the aftermath of Midas's surprising death, trying to figure out what they can about what happened to him. Midas did his best to share the experience he went through. Shared that he's found a new, different source to use his magic from, his
What the
sorcerer
hell is
magic.
going on?
Huh?
Sorry, I came back and Oh, okay. I had to take a phone call. Enzo was trying not to sleep again.
Gotcha.
And when I hung up the phone, Kamasi Washington started playing on Tidal. It was really loud and confusing.
Understood. um, Midas explained that he found a new place to tap into his sorcerer magic. Um, couldn't quite explain where it came from, but when he used it for Eldritch Blast, it was a purer, more perfect form of his sorcerer magic. Solora and Samson were able to recognize it as a perfected version of what they know. Though a note from last week I forgot to mention 2 weeks ago that I forgot to mention. While the attack, the way it came from your hand to the object, was the perfect purple hue of Eldritch Blast, the explosion and their after effects were your normal expression of it. But it is a growing mystery what Midas is tapping into, why it has enhanced his magic. Midas sought out his genie patron, Diego, for some answers, while he had to be commanded to show Diego the artifact. Diego was able to ascertain that it is older than he is, that it is made up of all the materials that reside on the material plane itself. Though he really wasn't able to tell Midas a great amount about it. He tried to ascertain more by taking it in his own hand and running his own magic through it, doing something, trying to cast something to get more information about it, but he struggled with it. And as he struggled in putting more and more magic into this hand, his form shifted from the visage that he shows Midas closer to his true, larger form. As the frustration grew, he decided to just try to open it himself, convinced it wouldn't kill him. But it did blow off his hand, which he was able to quickly rematerialize, but expressed that it was extremely painful and it hurt a shit ton. While he did not hear a voice in his head calling him an enemy, he did tell Midas that he doesn't want to talk about that item anymore. That he, and through an insight check, Midas was able to determine that Diego felt very drawn to it. That there was something that he wants to take from Midas to a degree, but that he would not based on their bond. And he told Midas that if there's an emergency, tell him, he will help. But as far as day to day, I'm just wondering more things about this object. Do not bring it up to him, and do not bring it up or show it to any Earth Elemental either. So Midas was able to find out some things, I believe, but not as much as he wanted, I'm sure. So Laura had a conversation with Theron about what happens next, about the dragon eggs that she was able to secure. Did ask him to take the dragon eggs back to Faust when the time comes for him to leave. And Theron asked her what she thinks about leaving the ship here, and that while it is his choice, she doesn't get a say in the matter. And her say will count more than the other Misfits. But that was left unresolved. Mir has set his ambitions to trying to create spice goggles, essentially some eyewear that will replicate the effects of being high on spice. That is in addition to his seeking out a means to create mining equipment, as it were, with ambitions towards the group someday heading to one of the 3 moons and trying to discover and or harvest the magical properties that lie there. Samson wants to take time to visit the conductor and learn what he has to teach, as well as at some point meeting up with the very talented tailor that resides in Sethret, who as of yet is declining the offer to become the tailor that Travis would recognize or recommend. Hex is taking some time to inspect his new district and to see that his cloak is settling in to their new abode, which is the headquarters of that district that they move it into of their own accord. But at the moment, I believe it is... We did not get through the entire day. I want to say we'll call it mid-afternoon. What would you all like to do?
Yo.
Hey, good time. We just finished the recap.
No, that's not good time. I just don't know the
I
recap.
was saying it's probably bad timing after a week off.
Quick recap. Midas told you guys about his death, about his changed, new enhanced form of magic. You are looking towards figuring out how to make the spice goggles, and you've reached out to Banefree about that as well. You're still waiting to hear back from Banefree about him collecting information on mining expertise, mining equipment, various machinations of people who try to automate this process, which is not a common thing in this magical world. And that's about it. We're picking up in the afternoon. We'll say the Misfits are just about to go their separate ways if they have separate ideas. A few things that were mentioned that have not been done yet. Legend lore on the item. You all reached out to Anton a few sessions ago. It was mentioned reaching out to Baez for something. Diego told Midas to seek out a good dragon, and that a good dragon would potentially know more about this object than he does, because they are old and magical enough to know these things. But I believe that was the entirety of the highlights, we'll say, of last session. Yeah, it's definitely the same day. Midas has used one second level spell slot, though I don't recall for what. And that
Sir?
is Midas has used a second level spell slot.
Oh, probably detect thoughts. When I got that weird detect thoughts happening thing.
Oh yeah, you learned that some spells were enhanced a bit, so there's different effects for different spells. Midas was able to hear everyone in the room's thoughts when he used detect thoughts this time.
Oh shit!
He had to focus
Hey, man,
in and
mind
was
your own business.
able to focus in on the one mind he was trying to read at the time.
Oh.
But we pick up with the Misfits downstairs in the in Pocket Aces. What would you all like to do?
Well, guys, I'm gonna go see the conductor, but before I go, if you guys want to do Legend Lore now, we can do that.
Sure.
Sounds good. Did Brian freeze for everyone else?
Everyone.
Am I frozen?
Yes.
You
Can hear
okay?
you.
Your video is, but yeah.
Is it working now?
Nope. But
I
we can hear you.
How about now? Did that fix it?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Ron has processing. So, yeah,
Yep.
Here we go. Some Legend.
You don't think that guy's going to attack you, do you? No, I think that would be stupid for him to do.
Wait, I'm sorry. What?
I was saying you don't think the guy would attack you, do you? Then I decided that'd probably be stupid for him to do.
The guy who scared the shit out of you and made you do all that?
No, Samson. That's not a guy. And if he attacked me, he'd probably just kill me. It's not an attack. I'm talking about the guy who's going to teach you the chorus.
Oh, the conductor?
Yes.
We'll have to hope not, right?
Yeah, I don't think you would. But maybe you should take some of the security to make sure that you make it there and back safely. I think Oriana and Logan said we shouldn't travel alone. Or I'll go with you, you know. But...
Yeah, man, I guess feel free to roll along. You're already down this path of bardom. I'm wet, so, yeah.
I mean, I can hold a tune, Samson. I'm no bard.
I didn't say you're a bard. Let's be very clear. A bardom.
Yeah, the boredom. I got you.
Bard. Should I leave you here?
So I said boredom.
Let's just legend for it.
Legendary lore.
Samson begins laying out the materials and casting legend lore. As you all have gotten used to, Samson takes out his lute and begins strumming a few notes as he begins to channel into whatever space he goes to pull down these legends. And it's usually a jaunty little tune, and that's where it starts. But as his eyes begin to fill with magic as you're used to seeing, and his hands seem to begin moving on their own, it becomes a little darker than usual. The magic.
Can Solar cast detect see invisibility while this is happening?
If you burn a spell slot, if not, it'll take 10 minutes and Legend Lore would already been done.
No, spell slot.
Okay.
Well, Legend Lore takes 10 minutes anyways, right?
I don't think it takes 10 minutes. Let me double check. Maybe it does.
Yeah, 10
Either
minutes.
way, Solar.
Oh, they both take 10 minutes, so you're fine.
Oh, okay, sure.
So you begin, and The tune doesn't get darker until the 10-minute mark hits, when the spell kicks in. And as you're looking around, you don't seek anything. Nothing invisible. As the magic in Samson's eyes. Samson, what color is your magic?
Is it my choice or is,
Your choice.
is it green?
Samson's.
Is it my choice or is it green?
No, you said
Samson's.
it's my choice. I
Yeah.
chose green.
Oh, I didn't hear that part. You must have
Samson's green magic, usually emerald, very bright and very
Hilly
lovely.
green.
Hilly
If
green.
you're gonna-
Thank you, sir.
Hey, Philly boy, let's go.
It's why it's my favorite color, honestly, when I was a kid.
It becomes darker, more inlaid with blacks, much darker hues. As he begins speaking, are you speaking this aloud or are you interpreting it and saying it differently?
No, I was speaking aloud. I am a vessel.
Okay.
I'm a vessel.
As he begins speaking, and he usually speaks in his own voice, albeit monotone. This time, it comes out a little different. Samson begins saying, the legend of the Void artifact. The lunatics believe it to be a conduit to focus the power of Aniel, the crying moon.
What?
The druids of Veritas believe it to be a conduit of magical power of Elestria, where they believe all druids draw their magic.
That's
Le-
the druids.
That's what the druids believe, that all druids draw their magic from Elestria itself, and that this is a conduit of that to enhance that power.
You're frozen again.
The Void artifact is said to be able to give the arcane abilities to those who lack it entirely. It is said the keeper of the Void artifact possesses immense power, though, as legend tells, their will may not remain their own. Keepers either disappear or die. The artifact itself has never been passed down hand to hand. It has only been taken off a corpse.
What's the name they're calling it?
The Void artifact.
Void artifact.
According to legends, those who hold the Void artifact hear voices, though they have trouble describing what they're hearing and who's speaking. It is said they are drawn to certain locations, and that the more they fight that pull, the louder the voices get.
All right. So they hear voices but can't place them.
They can't.
I missed.
They can't discern. Go ahead, Chris.
It seems like it's hard to translate what they hear to
Mhm.
make it make sense for somebody else.
Correct. What they hear in their head is hard for them to express to others, although it is clear to them.
It's hard to articulate.
There we go. Boom. And they also feel themselves over time drawn to certain locations. And the more they fight that pull, the more they hear the voices. It is thought that the Void artifact is indestructible. And attempts to do so lead to regional calamities. Though you've heard no legend of such things happening. Just the whispered warnings. It is not certain where the void artifact comes from, who first found it. It is simply fact that it was here at the beginning, and that it will be here at the end. And as the magic begins dimming and the music begins slowing, roll a history check with advantage for me, Samson.
Roll a what?
History with advantage.
Okay. I'm on my phone, so I can't do advantage, but I'll just roll twice.
Yeah,
Just Samson.
just Samson.
28.
28.
Ooh, was that a
sexy.
natural 20? Oh, with advantage. Okay.
That's a natural 17 for him. He has plus 11 on history.
Fuck yeah.
Damn.
Okay, I will do that.
Yeah, as the spell begins to fade, you begin racing through your mind, and you're able to pull down a little bit more. As some of these things begin to click for you. Hold on, I'm gonna pull down our spooky music a bit.
All right, quick question.
Yeah.
Did Midas ever tell us what he traded for when he killed the giant?
What he
Yeah.
got? Yeah.
No. Like one of the things that happened in your story was like you wanted like the key to power or something, right?
That was what he asked on that little conduit thing. Fucking that took his years off his life. 8 years off his life.
Yeah. Okay. So did you tell us about that? Like why that happened?
Why?
He doesn't know- he doesn't know
just
why.
told you
Yeah.
that he asked it, and they told him, and he told you what it was, and then it took 8 years off his life. Like, well, you guys saw that he was a little bit older.
Yeah, you guys saw him age in the process.
He got a couple grays in his beard.
We should go get your years back.
At any rate, the years back. The thing that disappeared after he
We found the key to power.
did this. The last thing you pull down is a warning. The warning goes, the palisade is a weapon. The void must destroy it. Who this
Palisade, like
the palisade?
Palisade.
Sure.
Palisade. Okay.
Like the car?
Like the wall.
Palisade is a weapon. Void.
The void.
What?
must
The
destroy it.
wall around Elestria? Oh my gosh.
The void must avoid it.
Avoid it. Oh.
Avoid it. Okay.
Though it is not sure for whose gain that would be. And with that, the spell fades, and you finally finish strumming, and there's some blood on your fingers from how intense that was for you.
So we see this man's fingers start to bleed.
Yeah, but you guys were so entranced, I'm not sure you noticed it until he finished,
Okay.
and it became obvious, a little more obvious.
Oh. I guess I got a little beside myself there. As Samson looked at his fingers.
Oh, that is disgusting. I'm pretty sure there's blood all over this place now. It's a crime scene.
Yeah, it looks like it.
It wasn't.
wipe
It wasn't
some
a
blood off
fountain.
his face.
It was. You fucking guys.
Sorry
So
about
Laura, so Laura says to pretty much looks at Midas to see how he's doing.
You see him. Let's say is just kind of like in his own head. Like he's kind of like staring like down toward the ground a little bit, and just very kind of like he's going through a whole bunch of like scenarios. Like Doctor Strange kind of look when he's going through all this different scenarios, but he's kind of like you see him. He's kind of like afraid to.
Midas, communication is going to become a whole new thing between the group and you. It's very important that we know if we're following Midas into something or we're going into the void.
Yeah, it just seems like sometimes I don't know if I'll know. I'll just be drawn to it, as they say.
So I guess we can establish right here, right now, as a boundary that anytime you can't tell us why we're doing something and it's just we're going off vibes, we're going towards voids. We're not doing it.
No. Guys, we have to. We must. We must go where the void takes us. It's good for us.
Samson turns to the group and says, "This is our first test."
Can Shalora? I don't know if I want to history or Arcana to see like I don't know. Anything else?
Well, then I have to say no if you don't know what you're looking for.
Guys, what is the palisade?
To see if I like, especially like well, I guess it would be history. The piece about like regional
Calamities.
disasters and
Yeah, give me a history check. And anyone who wants to.
Yeah, be careful with that anyone word.
I'll assist.
Exactly.
Anyone interested in the palisade thing can roll history as well.
Yes, that's what I want.
Yes. Me too.
Because I'm an assister.
I wanted it too, but then I was like, I don't know if that would make sense. But just
I'm not with the team right now. I'm not switching for
burger.
right?
Gosh,
No, you're still there.
Bro.
30 burger.
This is before everyone split off.
Gosh, damn.
Okay.
So you are in the room.
Natural 19.
30
Samson's
burger.
coming, yo. He's coming. This is the Samson
So
episode.
we have a 30 burger from Samson, a 16 from Midas, and we're still waiting on.
I don't know anything. I'm just a poor idiot.
you can't see my roll.
No, where'd you roll?
No, yeah, nobody can see that.
Oh,
Why'd you say it like that?
me?
Just her and Brian beefing.
Midas.
What?
Midas. No, Midas. No, wait. See that?
It's the 18.
Okay. Someone had this issue last week too. We refresh your page because someone had this problem last week. Last week, 2 weeks ago.
A natural 40.
That's what it came up as, a natural 40. So
That's amazing. So you said 16?
no, I gotta roll it again.
Okay. No, wait, what did you say? All right,
No,
roll
it's
again.
a-
No, go ahead, roll
it's
again.
No, it's an 18.
Okay.
It's an 18.
Okay, as far as you just thinking back, because you were a student of history until you changed professions. As far as calamities are concerned, there was one in Sil Noir centuries ago that turned Veridis from a lush green tropical forest to the green desert it is today.
You said Green Desert?
Yeah.
Wow.
The land that
Green
Veridis,
desert?
yeah, the land that
You
Veridis
said
claims,
centuries?
centuries.
Hmm.
The land that Veridis claims as their territory, they have worked very hard with their druidic powers to restore the green, though there is sand instead of dirt. There is also a very, very large desert below Veridis, a territory they do not claim for themselves and have not changed. But that is
A little bit of
the
reforestification. is the word.
Yes, and yes.
Right.
That's what comes to mind when you think of calamities that have happened. Samson with a 30. You
Burger.
immediately recognize Palisade for the name of the walls. They are long, long ago, the entire wall structure was known as the Astronomus Palisade. Rumored to be the name of the obviously mythical god of the giants. Though, with your recent run-ins, maybe not so mythical. The other name.
I wish I was on my computer to take notes.
The other name for the wall.
Astronomus.
The Astronomus. Astronomus Palisade. So named for the god of the giants. The god of the stone giants in particular, I think. I'll have to figure out which one it is for you. I have it written down.
We're talking about the walls surrounding Phala?
The walls surrounding Elestria.
Oh,
There are walls
shit.
throughout all of Elestria. They're all connected except for one expanse. The other name for the walls, one not more commonly known but more recently used, is... Oop, hold on one second, I gotta make sure I say it right the first time.
Is anybody taking notes right now? I'll pay you to take notes.
The internet.
Ooh, yeah, I can watch it back.
The other, also forgotten name for the walls is Moradin's Wall. Moradin's Palisade, I'm sorry. So named after the god of dwarfs. Though that, in your opinion, may simply be the dwarfs taking credit for the creation of the walls, which is always an argued point of who made them. It is often decided that the level of craft and skill means it could only have been dwarves. Though you've never heard a tale of any dwarf who claims to have personally done it, or any family of dwarves, or any bloodline, or any clan. But, all the same, they call it Moradin's Palisade. Well, they used to, at least. That is faded history at this point. Midas, you don't know. No, Midas, you would pull down Moradin's Palisade, whereas Samson would get Astronomus's and Moradin's.
Damn, I forgot what I was about to say. Just said fast. Oh, we know the wall's name is Palisade or whatever. Like, that's not news to us.
No,
It's
I mean, it is. They're just the walls. It's one of those things of ancient history that isn't relevant to any culture at this point. So these names have faded from culture.
Mm-hmm.
So this is news. That is, they have a proper name.
So with my history roll, then I would have just gotten the Morgan's.
Yours was for the calamities.
Oh,
not
so
the
I need
walls.
to roll again?
No, I assume they'll share this information with you.
Oh, I mean, I don't know.
Samson, Midas, are
Yeah.
you sharing this?
I was kind of banking on a Solar roll or a narrative.
You're welcome to roll as well, Solar. You're not going to get 30, so it's probably going to be...
You don't know. No, we can do. No, we're good with that. With this 30. So Solera will.
I need this roll. It's for narrative.
The narrative... Oh, he wants to...
Hold
No,
on.
Solor wasn't looking into this.
I was. Solera's looking into everything all the time, always.
All right. Well...
Nah, but I can't. I refreshed my page and now I can't even.
It's
It
on
looks
there.
weird now.
Hmm.
But Solera
Samson was
shares
gonna make this is why you don't trust your family and you go out to a world point.
Oh.
Well,
Okay.
can't force plot points, my friend.
The moment passed, that's why I let it go.
So that's the information you all get from this.
And the not the.
Well, yeah,
calamity.
I share the information.
Hold on, I'm trying to see if Solar shares
Holy shit.
Love it. Love it. Love it. No backseat,
No,
Samson. You already
I told
shared.
you guys about the. We've already had discussions about the war, the 1,000-year war. Yes, Solar shares it. Actually, speaking of that, so post-war, Brian, or
Post.
during the war?
Post-war.
Post-war. Okay. Yeah, Solar shares it though.
It would have to be post. She wouldn't know about it. Yeah. Post.
Mm. So it's just Veritas is just like grassland with a little bit
Well,
of
no.
forest?
I mean, they have rebuilt what was destroyed. So there's a forest,
Oh.
there's grass, but instead of dirt as the foundation, it's all sand because it was essentially wiped clean.
Oh, well, I already actually had that information that they,
Dope.
but I just have it as a rumor.
Yeah. You have confirmation now. Well,
Oh.
relative. You have a potential. This might be what happened.
Yeah.
A matching rumor, we'll call it.
Hold on, you said the base is sand?
Instead of dirt, it's all like legitimate sand.
Oh, I thought you were saying. Okay. When you said below, I thought you meant something else. Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the name of this place again? Because my mind keeps saying Dehesa.
There it is?
Veritas?
There it is. Okay. Yeah. Seriously, because it reminds me of the Spanish Dehesa, so my mind just keeps going to it.
I don't know what that is, but awesome.
It's all good. I'm just letting you know it's happening for a reason.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. You got it, dog.
Veritas. No, I got it. We're good.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, was there some talk of Sil Nalor?
Yeah, that the calamity happened in Sil Noir, and that the location was what is now Veritas.
Oh,
Yeah, that the region is Sil Noir, the lore.
but that's also the region. Oh,
Sil Noir is the entire Elven multi-owned kingdom. So Golden Leaf, Craghammer, Sil Noir.
Oh, got it. Cool.
So Misfits.
As everyone like starts to disperse, Laura wants to catch up with Mir. Like when he's like far enough away from the group where it's not like to be overheard, but before he like walks out.
Not a problem. So as Mir is getting up to leave and had to do his searches through town, you catch up with him.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I'll say, Mir, do you mind if I join you on your search?
Terrence, you're muted if you're talking.
Say it again.
So Laura asking, do you mind if she joins you on your search?
Hell yeah.
All right.
Mir, gladly invite you.
Right. And I summon Solus down to perch on my shoulder as we walk.
Okay.
Well, we still got a couple of days until I can figure out the goggles too, right?
A little more than that, but it's not a quick thing unless you're gonna take a shit ton of spice and go on a bender to try to discover this thing.
I have the spice to fund this.
Yeah, that is easier than creating industrial mining, but it is still tricky in its own right.
I don't want you to become a spice head just to make us some goggles. Just take the time.
Last check, going through town was to discover resources, to discover other keen minds like your own, to try and maybe gather resources to make this endeavor and other future endeavors faster and better.
Hmm.
This is Tamir, you're saying that?
Yeah, just to fill a bit on what the walkabout is for. But since Shalor is with you, you can roll investigation with advantage for this. And you are welcome to pick up any conversation points that you like.
Actually, Solor sends Solus to like kind of fly a little like above and around to keep an eye for April specifically, but anybody else that might be lurking.
I'm glad you remember. Okay.
Yep.
Don't get caught slipping.
Exactly.
She'll be there.
Exactly.
Exactly. Oh, let me find where I put my dice. Go ahead and keep talking.
But Solora, once we get like a little distance away, Solora says to Mir, you're building like a library of sorts, right? With like lost works or... And Terrence, you're muted if you're talking.
Say it again.
Solora says to you, so you're building a library, right? Of like lost and important works?
I'm building a library of information, specifically. Lost or important works, if they're in writing, yeah, add it straight to a book, and they go straight to my library.
Have you come across anything about dragons?
Not specifically, but I can reach into my library and see if there is something in there about it. Do you need something? Are you looking for something specific?
The history of dragons. Maybe. Yeah, the history of dragons. Also, actually, anything about because this I mentioned it before, but damn, what's his name? What's the guy's name? The black dragon?
Bezeric?
Yes. Bezeric should be dead, but is not. So I'm curious if they have any sort of regenerative powers or anything. So
1 second. Brian,
Mhm.
could you answer these questions? Because I obviously don't have the information for it. I'm dealing with 3 things at once right at this point.
Well, no, you don't have the information for it. You're absolutely correct. But she is more just explaining why she's interested. You don't have an answer for this yet. So that, you're fine.
So then she'll just say, okay, let me know if you find anything. And just leaves it at that.
Okay.
Minus tap Sam. Oh, okay. Sorry.
You're not, unless you walked with them, you're not there.
No, he's tapping Samson.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Because it seemed like he walked away, so I was just kind of
understood.
going to fill in.
Terrence, if you get a chance, roll me investigation with advantage, which is just rolling investigation twice. Midas says to Samson.
Hey, Samson.
Hold
Diego's
on,
got
real
this.
quick. Hold on. Before, don't touch. Go ahead.
Very, very important clarification.
Okay. Diego's got this weird thing. He doesn't like the Feywild much.
Okay.
He's telling me, I was telling him, like, I know a dragon, and he's, why you want to go there? Why you want to messing with that place? And it's all wonky and stupid, and he didn't really like it. What do you know about genies?
What do I know about genies?
Yeah, why wouldn't he like the Feywild?
Can I roll a history check, Brian, for what I know about genies?
Yes, you can.
No, it's
17.
What the fuck?
You've heard a lot of stories about genies as almost everyone's grown up on, the three wishes. That's not the typical run-of-the-mill genie that you're aware of. You know that's more of a story than a reality. Genies are born from the elemental planes and will exist so long as that plane exists. They all have wildly different personalities based on their elemental type, but they are extremely powerful. The wish thing seems to be an exaggeration of deals they're sometimes willing to make with mortals. Not completely uncommon from what you'll find out of the Seven Hells and Demons, though maybe with a better PR team.
I'm guessing he shares that.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, I don't know why he would hate the Feywild. I mean, maybe because he's an Earth genie. I don't know.
With a 17 in relation to the Feywild, you're aware the Feywild is just a jumble of nonsense. That everything kind of seems to be alive for the most part. So an elemental being in a place where the elements are perverted to a sense doesn't really enjoy that experience very much.
That's hilarious. It's disgusting. Why is that rock moving?
Yeah, it's a weird experience.
Why is that
Why
rock
is it
have
supposed
thoughts?
to be precious?
It's like because there's living, there's earth elemental creatures, there's earth djinn, there's earth legitimate creatures. Then you go to the Feywild, and like I said, the fucking rock's alive. this patch of grass is legitimately alive, not in the it can like get up and walk and talk to you and do things. It's just weird.
Sentient.
There you go, super sentient.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
Oh. He's
Like looking in the mirror and not liking what you see.
He's creeped out by it. Okay. That's interesting.
He goes to the Feywild and is like, "Am I nothing more than a rock?"
Diego's a strange guy. I wonder how we would talk to a good dragon. Who would know about them? Doesn't Solaris family know a lot about dragons? Maybe I'll ask her to ask her resources. Side knows dragons, but he only knows the bad ones, the piece of shit. Give me a second. And Midas cast sending.
Okay.
And he wants to speak to Locke Lamore.
Okay. What are you saying to Mr. Lamore?
Oshinda, what do you know about dragons? Like good ones? Are they around?
Roll persuasion with that.
With advantage.
No.
With guidance.
Sure. No, you're already casting a spell.
Oh.
15.
With advantage.
Hello there, Samson. Oh, Samson. Hello there, Mike.
Samson.
Good dragons. Until recently, I didn't know there were dragons at all. Good. Well, I suppose they all can't be evil, but I can't say I've run into any. How are you?
This calls spell slash, you asshole. Cast again. I'm doing all right. Kaulo, sure he'll tell you at some point that I died. Trying to get some knowledge, but I'm back. A little shaken. but none the worse for wear.
He responds, the first death is the hardest.
The fuck?
I don't wish it on anyone. And I am glad you were with friends who were able to bring you back. Do try to be more careful. We still have a conversation to have.
Yes, we do. All right.
Are we still on our way to the conductor?
Yes.
Are we doing like a musical, like Grease, like we walking in the street, like dancing, spinning and stuff, jumping off walls?
Entirely up to you.
No, Midas. That is not what we're doing. We're doing much more low key. Four Seasons, guys singing under the street light.
Okay.
It is getting a little later in the day, so people are going by and casting the light spells in the little fixtures.
Do we know exactly where to find the conductor?
Yeah,
Or
you know where
should
his
we-
HQ is. You were there the previous day.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna go to the conductor. Actually, can we go outside of the conductor's building and try and do a performance first?
If you
Like,
want.
are there people? Just gallivanting around like they're on the promenade?
It's more like they're on a stage. As you enter into this district, there is once again just a musical feel to it. There's people playing instruments, people singing melodies, people writing, people dancing, people acting. And while it's all disconnected and very separate from each other, it does form a jazz-esque muddle of perfection. While no one is working in tandem, it does seem to all work together. So as you do approach the headquarters of the conductor, there are people out there.
Samson looks to, because there's a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Samson looks to Midas and says, "Have you ever seen the play, a Goofy play?"
Goofy. The Perfect Cast?
No, not the perfect cast. After today.
After today, after the day shall be mine. Yes,
Yeah.
I've seen that one.
That's what we're gonna do going in there.
If you listen, I was thinking like eye to eye. That's pretty cool. You know what? This is your thing. This is your thing.
No, I'm with you. Great idea, but let's keep it in the tuck. Let's give them a good intro. They want to know what we have. We can
All right.
fail 3 times, pull out eye to eye, and bounce back. Let's
All
not
right.
play our cards too early.
Midas guides himself.
Okay, because I'm
He
going to need some
guides Samson.
performance
He
checks.
says, "No, this is more important for you," and he guides Samson.
Okay.
I appreciate it. You got it. And he gives him bardic inspiration.
He gives Midas part. Oh my gosh,
Okay, so let me get performance checks from both of you.
ridiculous.
Samson, you can add your guidance. Miles, you can add your bardic inspiration.
It's a D10, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What's your guidance?
D4.
D4. I got a 25 right now. My gosh, what the fuck? See, this would have worked for you.
Hold on.
Wait, what happened here?
I rolled a natural 1, but because I have
Whoa.
my pipes, I can't roll below a certain number.
I
Okay.
feel like I didn't say that.
No, this will. What do you mean doesn't say that? We made the pipes up.
No, I feel like I didn't say you couldn't roll. I thought I said you couldn't fail performance check.
No, you did say he couldn't
You
roll
definitely
below
did.
something
Because
before.
I was just like, damn, that's ridiculous. But you did say it.
I
No,
forgot
it's
what it
something.
was, but
It's
he
something
can't
like
roll
I forgot what
below.
the threshold is.
It should have probably been added to his plus. That would have been the best way to do it.
No, because the thinking behind it is he's a good enough performer to have his pipes, which means he never chokes. It's not possible for him. He's beyond the point of failure. So even if things go askew, he can jazz it up and pretend it was on purpose.
All right. Well,
So
maybe it was a woman of natural one.
let me. This is kind of based on the thing that exists. Let me look that thing up really quick. What
I
the
don't
skill
know.
I'm
If
talking
he-
about.
If it was like he can't roll below a 15, then he should just have a plus 14. That would make sense. I mean, I
I'm
feel
just
like
saying-
that's an easy way to kind of
Well,
mechanically.
no, because then you gotta like put in plus 15 instead of being able to say you just can't roll below.
Okay, I see what you mean. If he rolls like a 20, it's like, no, you don't get a 35.
Correct. Okay, so yeah, we'll use because what I had in mind was essentially reliable talent. So any roll below a 9 is a 10 instead. So this becomes a 18.
Damn.
Okay.
That's wild.
I may tweak it a little bit, but that's what it is. For
And then
today.
add 4. Do your D4, I mean.
For today is you can't roll below 10 essentially.
That's what's up.
All right, and then I get my D4.
Yeah.
4.
Hey, that's nice.
22.
So Midas plays down to a 21.
You do
Nah,
what?
Don't do that.
No, you can't. You can't
No.
change your.
I can't play down.
No, you can't play down.
I want to outshine Samson. Let's try to do his thing.
Hey, look, man, these things happen.
No, come on, man. Like, it's not this over here. We're just looking for the best jam.
So you all begin this musical number outside, and people are watching. They start snapping along. You get the whole musical sense. That entire scene in the Goofy play essentially plays out here in front of HQ. As you all dance your way inside, the chorus is dancing behind you. Everyone's doing it. So it might as well be a Bollywood film. As you guys finally, the both of you, in the central corridors of the conductor's room, going past all the tapestries. Things will be going my way after today. Out of breath. But Midas is able to hold that note just a little bit long. Well, actually, a good bit longer than Samson.
Hey, man.
And
When Samson realizes he can't sing anymore, he just starts clapping.
and Midas, who was too
Let's
into
go.
between his drum
Let's go.
and the singing, he was and the dancing, he was a little bit too caught up to realize he would stop singing. And your clapping is in time with the drumming, so he can't even realize you're doing that. And so he finally stops and has no idea. Well, give me a perception check, Midas, to see if you realize you outsung him here.
Okay.
Because you were really caught up in the whole moment. And he inspired you too, so you were really like, I'm not going to let him down, I'm not going to let him down. You notice it. Once you finish and you're breathing heavy too, you kind of notice that, hold on, wait a minute. Was I by myself there at the end? The conductor, who had gotten up and had seen most of this performance, looks at you too and says, you are not throwing away your shots. Young Samson. Not quite young
Samson
Midas.
looks up.
Please,
Alright,
please,
It'll be cool.
be seated. Have a seat to get off your feet. Rest a bit.
I didn't hear what he said to Midas.
He didn't. He just said your name.
Okay. Midas is kind of like keeping an eye on like how the room's divided, like how that back room area is like can have walls come down. He's going to make sure he stays next to Samson where a wall can't split them.
Okay, not a problem. The conductor waves a hand, and you see essentially a smaller version of Bigby's hand appear and lift up a chair and kind of put it in position in between you two, kind of in front, like a general triangle situation. And he sits down on it. Have you come to learn?
Yes.
What is it
Midas
you...
is still very early on his journey to Bardom, but as you can see from this performance, he got it in.
I mean,
Outplayed me.
I'm no professional. I dabble, you know, but I leave the
We've
real
all-
bar stuff to the professionals.
We all used to down.
He smiles and says, "Well, it's perfect, as today's lesson that you've come to learn is of that of your compatriot's strength. The chorus, quite simply put, isn't about you, Samson."
Hmm.
And he turns to look at Midas. And
What do you mean?
Well, some egotists can sing their own chorus, can strum their own tune, can be a one-man show, but really aren't those boring? I
He's just
find-
smiling, watching, looking back and forth between them as they talk.
I
Boring.
find it so
Boring.
much better.
Boring.
Yes, dull. Expected.
Dull. Effective.
How else shall I describe? A shit by any other name still smells as sweet, yes?
So what's better?
Why, a symphony. Of course. It is one's ability to bring in all the talent around them, to hear the trees sing to you, to hear the wind itself give voice to your notes, to have the crowd stomp and clap and sing, a cacophony of musicality. Surely you felt it before in the Elestria, when the crowds, Elestria, that's not the name, when the crowds sing along, get swept up in the emotion of it. It's perfection.
Sethret.
Hmm?
Sethret.
No, I'm talking the building that you got the pipes from. The
Oh, okay. Yeah.
yeah, I'll come to it later. There is strength in inspiration. By now, I'm sure you're able to inspire your compatriots. But are they able to inspire you? Are they able to make your music better?
Well, I've brought Midas along with me here today.
A wise move. Else I would not have been able to teach you anything.
What?
He turns to Midas and he says, "Now, you have some talent, to be sure. Luckily, we don't need talent for this. Simply a willingness to give, to be a small part of a larger whole. A wise bard once called it one band, one sound.
Okay. I can be a crumb on the pie.
Larger than that, but I like your spirit. So, a simple rhythm. Clap, clap, stomp. Clap, clap, stomp. You can do that.
Boom, boom, clap. Boom. Okay, I got you. It's
Right,
the opposite
right.
of that. I know boom, boom, clap, 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 stomp. I can do that.
It's the same thing twice, not a... Sure, you'll catch on. Samson, stand if you will.
And then what? First, I'm gonna stick my flow.
All right.
Okay.
Draw your weapon.
The fuck? Hold on. Mike take his hands out. He's ready to use powers and shit. So we fighting here?
Which one?
You tell me.
All right. And pulls out his half sword.
Here's what?
Hold on.
You- You said something sword. I missed the beginning.
Half.
I
Short.
said half sword.
I thought so.
but
Short
now-
sword?
Short.
There's short swords, there's rapiers, there's daggers, there's regular swords, long swords, great swords.
Breaking the fourth wall would be hilarious here if he pulls out the loot of Kavath. Everyone. That would be hilarious.
Don't you give me ideas.
Bart pulls out the ludicrous voice, all hell breaks loose.
You need to relax.
Samson, what weapon
All
do you
hell
draw?
breaks loose.
I guess I can hit somebody with a staff of healing, right?
Yeah, it's a staff. It's a quarterstaff.
Yeah, cool. I guess I'll pull out the staff.
Okay. He looks to Midas. You stand up as well.
Midas stands up.
Draw your weapon.
Midas pulls out. What does he have? Let me see his little inventory of weapons. Does he have a dagger or something? I think so. He pulls out a crossbow. Or yeah, his light crossbow.
Okay. He looks to you, Midas, and he says, fire your crossbow at that wall over there.
Midas fires his crossbow at the wall, smiling.
Now, Samson,
This is interesting.
I want you to begin to attack that post there. As you begin to swing, I need you to look to Midas and try to express the music. Try to send to him through your body language the tune you are trying to strike into this blow. So, Samson, roll performance for me. Midas, roll performance for me.
Performance. Wow, that's terrible.
Give me 1 second. Natural 20.
It's not popping up on this side, doggo.
Yeah, it's not.
What? Are you kidding me? Hold on, no. Send me a screenshot. Fuck that.
That's funny.
That's great.
What the fuck? No. Wait, what is this bullshit?
Did the screenshot not work?
No, I went to go to the actual dialogue and it's like, welcome to game. I'll send this picture.
I do believe you. Natural 20 on your performance. 7 on Midas's. So, as you go to swing and take a moment to look at Midas, and you perfectly translate some rhythm you have in your mind, some song that's captured your heart, as you go to swing, and Midas, you use your reaction to attempt to catch that beat, and you completely fumble it. Kind of gasping out some inaudible as you can't quite get it. You're not quite sure what to say or what he's trying to translate to you. And your strike happens as normal, Samson. The conductor shakes his head. That's not it. That's not it. Again. Midas, shoot the wall.
Message, can I just pull out my quarterstaff instead? I feel like
I
if we
don't
get the
care what
same
you do,
weapons-
Midas. Attack the wall.
Okay. Midas pulls out his quarterstaff and attacks the wall with the quarterstaff.
Looks at you, Samson. Attack the post. Performance checks, both of you.
Attack the post. Let's go. I know how to attack the post.
All right, let me close out the map. So performance again, right?
Yes. Performance again.
Does it pop up?
Yeah. Not quite my tempo. Not my tempo. That's okay. It's okay. And as you all look at him again, he's now wearing black pants, a black t-shirt. not my tempo. Not quite my tempo. We'll try it again. Yes. Okay. This is simple. This is simple.
All right. So I roll performance.
Attack the wall, Samson. Attack the post.
Natural 20.
Natural 19.
Okay, Samson make an attack roll now with the weapon, with the quarterstaff.
Wait,
so
wait.
it's just
Oh, okay.
an attack roll with the quarterstaff.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Go.
And as Midas uses his reaction to enhance this strike, add a d4 to it.
At the 4. Samson rolled the 4.
Oh, D4?
Yeah, it'll be a d4 minus 1.
What is that?
Sorry, what was the gap? It's
2.
it's not minus 1. It'll be minus.
1-1.
Actually, we're gonna make this a. Hold on. Fine tuning this mechanic before I say it. Yeah, for this one is a D4. So this hit is a 27 now instead of a 25. As whatever chorus the song translates between the two of you, Midas is able to sing, clap, stop, whatever is needed to usher you forward to a stronger, more powerful strike. And the conductor claps and says, "That's it! That's it! Did you feel it? Did you feel the power of your companion?"
I did.
Now,
All of your cards?
imagine that, but with 5 people, 6
Yeah.
people, a whole crowd of people, each giving more and enhancing your abilities, enhancing your attacks.
I'm talking about.
Hit mute for me, Terrence.
See this?
I don't know.
Terrence, can you mute for me? I don't think. There we go. So essentially, Samson, with
Right, yeah, can you
the
say that again?
chorus ability, your allies can use their reaction to enhance your attack,
Ooh.
but it will use their reaction. You have to be within. You have to be able to hear them, so they have to be within sound distance. So if they're underwater and you're above, it's probably not going to work. If they are in a silent spell, wouldn't work. But as long as you can hear them or see them, because sometimes these things can just be them dancing on beat, they can enhance your attack. The more who join will determine which dice it is that gets rolled.
Oh, shoot. So that's what he did.
Wow.
The conductor says, "It is an awful powerful ability. And that's just if they react. Imagine now for me if they were to take their entire focus to enhancing you. The gains would be even greater. It is truly a symphony of music, should they wish it to be. Should you will them to make it so. Should you have that bond, or should you take that power from them."
So what you're essentially telling us is music is power.
Absolutely so.
Music makes you lose control.
Must be in the house.
It is 100% the power of the world. There's no greater power out there. The world itself sings, if you listen. But it's something you'll have to practice. And again, they have to be willing to give up their reactions, willing to maybe even give up their turns. It does pull their focus, of course. Can't say I'm quite sure if there's any negative effects. I've never cared enough to check.
You were gonna say, Midas?
No, it just seems like he's a loose cannon to where he's never checked to see if there's any negative reactions. You're a wild guy over here.
Have you ever checked to see if there's any bad side?
No, why would I? Makes me stronger.
To your point, Midas.
The music is all that matters.
See, it's on me. He's a wild guy.
Wild guy, wild theory, but I like it.
As you should. Now, I don't mean to be rude, but I do have a scheduled appointment for today.
All right, we'll be on our way.
Thank you.
When should we come back to see?
To see me about what?
Progress report, further insight, or roadblocks we might come into. Mental hurdles.
Mental
if you will.
Well, my door is always open as a cloth. I don't know about insight and mental hurdles, but if you're willing to talk trade, we can do that. If you'd like me to go ahead and strike the district to my right, you can talk about that. Although it did seem you all wanted to handle that yourselves.
That's kind of what we do.
To that point, do please be pleasant if you cross paths with my guest.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
The next appointment, they live to the right. I think they're concerned.
Music make you lose control. And Maya starts dancing out.
Give me a performance check.
Samson's actually gonna do a little pound.
Hey, let's go.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Midas kills it on the way out. And as you start dancing out, you see just people coming off the walls who you didn't really notice earlier. And these rooms that you were worried about, poof, it's like dancing out with you.
Yeah, that's wild. It creeps me out. Gives me reminds me of the Wiz.
It is very Wiz. It is entirely that's the vibe I was going for, actually. It is very much the Wiz. People popping up and dancing at a moment's notice.
Hey, Saeed should get inspiration for picking up what you're putting down.
I already have inspiration, so I can't.
Oh, it's capped at 1 now?
We are not stacking these. You guys like to stack things. We'll see how this month goes, and then we'll explore further. As you all dance out to the great bard, Misdemeanor Elliot.
Misdemeanor.
As you are heading down the stairs, you do see a woman heading up. She is small build, a little ropey, very muscular in her small frame. Moves with what I can best call a reptilian rhythm, more of a snakish vibe to it. As she walks by and kind of gives you all a pretty long stare as you pass. And continues walking up the steps.
When she's doing that, I want to cast Detect Thoughts. What's it called, though? Secretly.
Okay, subtle casting, I think is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you burn the spell or the sorcery point for that. You cast Detect Thoughts. She's currently thinking, well, they aren't much of a challenge. I'm certain I could kill them both right now, if I so wanted. But it's not my district. I'll play nice for now. Hopefully they come calling soon. As she's heading in.
Midas relays us to Samson in our heads.
Ah, really?
He smiles when he's walking by her, just like a happy, like he doesn't know what's going on smile.
Mm-hmm.
He sees a new person. He's like, "Hi."
She just looks at you, and as she's walking, says, loud enough for you to hear, oaf.
Yeah, oof.
She kind of stops and turns. Buffoon, dullard, idiot, and keeps going up the steps.
So much anger.
Samson looks around and is like, was there a magic mirror here?
She stops again. Turns, looking down. Now down at you, because she's higher up the steps than you are.
High ground.
You be a fool,
What'd you
Anakin. She's
What did you say?
she looks.
She
and
has the
she's-
high ground.
Yeah, she has the high ground.
Yeah, Samson once again looks around.
No, she didn't say that. She didn't say that. Sorry, you said that.
Okay.
She looks to you all and says, "You are the Misfits, are you not?"
Sure.
Samson snaps out of looking for whoever she and Midas were talking to. And it's like, yeah, that's us.
Surely you'll be visiting my district soon enough.
Is this Kaya? Do we recognize this Kaya when we looked up?
Yeah, because you've seen her in the box before. You recognize this as Kaya, the leader of the last district. Well, there's still, of course, Michaels and Vezerix, but yes, you do recognize her.
Do we have to do this right now? Can't we just enjoy the day? I'd like to roll persuasion.
Roll persuasion at disadvantage.
Really?
Well, I'm still reading her mind now. Still going.
You are. She is thinking to herself. Idiots. I hate the customs that Vezeric has employed. I'd much rather stab them through right now. Have it over with. 22. She says, I do not care much what day I kill you on. Just don't make me wait too long. I grow bored easily.
Can't we find a way to cure your boredom without killing us? You'll just be bored again after we're dead.
She smiles and says, well, once you're dead, I will move on to someone else to kill. That's how it works here.
Seems like an unfulfilling life.
Well, you all keep killing people yourselves. You seem quite fulfilled to me.
Yeah, but you're doing it in like a weird hermit way.
She smiles and she says, wasting my time. Please.
Hey,
and she looks over to Midas.
One of you great magical mythical beings gotta get the first one to step out there.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Is she a lizard folk?
Snake.
Oh, she's snake.
None of you do, but you know, one of you will.
Dullards and fools talking riddles. Please, visit me soon. And she begins to turn to head back up the steps.
Midas waves at her. Bye. Smiling.
What are you doing? Might stop.
I would like you both to either roll charisma or intimidation, your choice.
Charisma.
Oh, actually, roll for me.
Riz.
I would like. Charisma checks is what I want.
Charisma check.
Mm-hmm.
Charisma check. Okay. Throwing that Riz around.
Take a stand.
Okay. And just give me a base intimidation check to see what kind of general vibe you guys put off.
There's no intimidation.
I
check.
understand you're
I
not
can
trying to
do
be
it.
intimidating. Just give me an intimidation check. You all are quite. You do have a tale about yourselves. You're not ordinary people. There's a general level of unintended intimidation.
Wait, hold up. It goes to a 10.
Hold on.
No, sir. That's performances that do that.
I would
Your
like to roll it again.
performances work that way. You're using
I
a
want
lucky?
to I don't have lucky, but I have something. Favored by the gods, I think it is.
Good.
Favored by the gods. Oh, it's not saving throw or attack roll.
No,
so
it's
I
not.
can add 2d4 though. Nope, that's 2d4. Where's the reroll? The d20. I have somewhere I can reroll a d20.
Jeez.
Yes. Ability check fails. Okay.
I didn't say
Reroll
you
D20.
failed. This isn't a fail.
Look, man, is it a fail or is it not? Am I
It's not that-
intimidating
it's
or
not
I'm
that
not?
kind of
Because that's
thing.
my attempt.
That's not what this. You're trying to be intimidating?
I want to have that intimidation about us. The intimidating air about me.
Then yes.
So
If that was your intent, then that's not what you did. So go ahead and roll it
Okay.
again.
So what you said is essentially like you guys aren't ordinary people. Like
Yeah, there's a
have-
base level of intimidation you guys just have walking around. Unintendedly,
what I'm
you're
saying.
simply
I
a
want-
thing.
I want my base level intimidation to be higher.
We did just dance out the room, but
All right, forget it,
no.
forget it.
Yeah, so in that sense, you have failed. So you can use the reroll. If that was your intent, 12 is not very intimidating. It is above a normal person, but that could just be, oh, look, he's big. He has a weapon on him.
All right, there we go.
A 20 and a 9. Okay.
My still like smiling and just being a happy, nice guy, like an oaf.
Nah, for 20, you're not. But
He's a dangerous oaf. Like what the fuck?
Well, I mean, she's also seen you outright murder people, so that only plays so far. But okay, she takes her time and goes back inside. And
Bye.
She's gone.
Seems to ways to stop. What are you saying? Stop for a second.
Hey, I guess I tried to play the game.
What game? What was the game we were playing? How was it playing?
Life is a game, Midas.
Man, you borrowed so much wisdom. She really hated us.
Ah,
I mean, I can
on
see.
to the conductor, Midas.
No, we're leaving the conductor.
Okay, back to the group.
Back to the crib.
So
You don't know that we.
you all make your way back. This time, the sun has gone down. Shalora and Mia will have made their way back around the time you all arrive too. X will have.
Made our way back from what?
Oh, you're back. Roll investigation for me with advantage, as you have checked the city for supplies, for general other arcane talent, just kind of a vibe for materials and for other talented people in the scope of what you're trying to do here.
Got you. I was listening the whole time. I just waited for Midas and
Sammy boy.
yeah. I'm updating sources. Could you roll for me?
Yep.
Well, If you do a bad job, then
Natural 20.
oh, good.
So now I'm gonna roll it twice. As you and Solora head through town, you're able to. I said 2 sessions ago that while the city is lived in, all the buildings have not been exhumed. There's still a lot of the city that has not been reclaimed. You and Solora go a bit off the beaten path as you traverse some of Logan's district, where the hobgoblins reside. And you find a very large building that had essentially been claimed by vines and foliage. On a hunch, you cut some down, and the two of you make your way inside. And you unearth some sort of laboratory. Lots of tools, lots of machines, lots of supplies. This more or less is what you would have had to build to even begin to do anything you're trying to do. It's in decent condition, but it's going to take you about a day to get up to par before you can start using anything in here. But with this found, it'll make making the spice glasses much easier. And whenever you get the information from Banefree, you'll be able to start trying to apply some of the methods and ideas here.
This is fucking awesome.
Natural 20s will do that.
Everything's coming together, Solora.
Joe, we did it.
Right, I'm starting to cry.
We did it, Joe.
We did it, Joe.
Thor high fives Mir.
This is located a little past the border between the Misfits main district and Logan's. A little bit out of the way of where people have settled. So it is rather private as well. Oh, you're safe. You're safe, and it's private.
But this is
Yeah,
fucking
that's dope.
It's pretty great.
Let's see. Do we have anything we can like kind of protect this whole space from anybody else?
You
Or
can leave
can we
Solus.
add more vines, like fake vines?
You can give me a survival check and try to do that.
I mean, I guess I don't know. I obviously Flora's, trying to protect the concept, so I'm with it too.
Same.
I would say your options would be leaving Solus, try and do the vine thing to make it seem like you guys hadn't found it. You could leave the Shield Guardian inside if you like.
Oh, I forgot about him. Shield Guardian.
I know you did. I wasn't bringing him up in the fights because you forgot.
Cause what?
Because you forgot.
Damn you, Brian.
Not my job. But
Man, that should be a part of the recap.
what? you stashed that away back before you guys fought Azrael, and I think you forgot to bring him out in that fight too. No, because you had him for touch tube trying to punch through a devil bite, trying to punch through the thing. After that, you stashed him. It's been a while.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Yep,
Been
leave him.
quite a while. Okay, so you leave the Shield Guardian inside, unseen, but protecting this new alchemist headquarters, essentially.
That's fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So is everything clean and ready to go for
No,
the next day?
you have to. You gotta spend the next day cleaning and refurbishing and making sure everything is up to par. But
Right.
you now have a location with a ton of materials. You just gotta refurbish it really for a day.
Gotcha.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So you said it makes the process much easier. What are we projecting?
We'll see what the rolls say after you get it clean.
Okay.
But because there still is a bit of imagination needed to figure out how you're going to even make these spice glasses, anyways.
Right.
But with this new thing found, Guardian left to protect, you and Solora make your way back to Pocket Aces, the HQ of the Misfits. You arrive a little before Samson and Midas. Soon after, X, Oriana, and Logan arrive. as you all sit down for dinner.
Solar asks Mir, do you have any spice?
I have 0 spice, and I was honestly glad that you came along because I think you have some, correct?
Nope.
Oh, interesting. But
Gonna
didn't
have-
didn't the Almighty God Brian say that we were on our way back to the
Yeah.
to the spot? So I guess
Yeah.
we just ask around or ask Midas if he has any.
Samson has quite a bit, so we can ask him.
Okay. Oh, it also, what did you solve with our conversation? I blacked out about the dragon book.
You would keep an eye out for it, or check your inventory.
Okay. And did I give you a time on that?
Nope.
That I guess I'll keep that open ended for now.
Yeah, you're gonna have to write Bane free and see what he has.
Okay.
Add it to his list. As you all regather, any conversations of note over dinner, or are we going to sleep and going to the next day?
Solar wants to ask Samson for like a tiny bit of spice, like not enough to actually do anything with, but just to see if she can. I don't know.
Microdose?
No, I want to see because Arcana, that's not magical, right? Is it?
Arcana is magic.
Not Jesus. Spice. Spice is magical.
Spice, in and of itself, has never seemed like it was magical
Okay.
in nature.
So Laura wants to like cast Identify on it.
On spice.
Just to see it.
Oh, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so, well, first, Samson, are you sharing spice? You're muted, Chris, if you're talking.
That's actually really smart. Yeah, I was muted. That's really smart. Rolling Identify on spice. Like, let's get to the bottom of this shit.
I thought you guys identified it a long time ago.
No, they've just been using it.
Just been using
That's
Just
everything else,
users.
but not these drugs.
So do you give us some spice, Samson?
Yeah.
Okay. Samson gives you some spice, and you sit down and cast the Identify spell. Is that a ritual, or are you using a spell slot?
Ritual.
Okay. So you sit down and take time to ritually cast Identify on the spice. As you finish, it is not magical. Whatever effects it has are completely natural.
Okay, can I roll a nature check?
Yeah.
1 second.
You got this. I might give out some bardic inspiration.
Okay.
Hey, thank you. Okay, well,
Add a D10.
well.
Don't add a D10 to some bullshit. It'll still be
Right,
bullshit.
that's why I'm like, do I even want it?
I mean, it could be 16 total.
Alright, that's not that bad.
Yeah.
Hold
Alright,
on.
so hold on. We're at a 6.
We had a 6. Yeah.
Hold on. Wait, I can't
I'd
go which
use
one
it
the
for a
D10.
I mean, it doesn't last very long anyway, so you might as well use it.
Yeah, I'm gonna use
I
it.
think it lasts a minute.
Minute.
Mother.
1.
It went from a 9 and oh my god.
Oh, that's great. So,
Wow.
You can't really place it. Nature's not really your bag. Kind of really drawing a blank on this one.
Cool. The Lord recommends. Well, she says, "Well, nature's not my thing. Anybody else want to take a crack at it? Maybe we could find something to help me along." We can find out some of its purpose.
Anyone who wants can roll a
Rest of
nature
the group.
check.
Sure. I'll do it.
Yeah.
Fuck it. I've never taken this stuff, but let me see if I got anything on it. And I guide myself.
Okay.
I say, nature boy. No. Oh, but I can roll again because magical guidance is not limited. It's unlimited.
Because what?
Magical guidance is unlimited. I just realized that. It
What's
does
that?
not say prolonged rest.
Oh, if you fail a check?
Yeah, ability check. Nature boy.
Hold on. Let me
And then I roll my
read
d6.
this. I don't think this will apply to like trying to find knowledge. I think it's more like you're trying to make a leap type of thing.
All right.
Hold on.
Whatever you say.
What's it called?
What's it called?
Well, I'm looking at the wrong character
Magical
sheet.
guidance.
Hold on.
It makes you lose control.
Well, you gotta spend that sorcery point.
Mm-hmm.
I would not say seeking out knowledge is an ability check you can fail. Like a natural one, sure, but just not rolling high
So does
on.
it count or not? It's not going to succeed either way. I roll a 12 altogether.
Save your sorcery point.
All
Like
right.
I would say, if you're trying to like do a nature check to hide something, a survival check to find footprints, something active, not like trying to pull down knowledge you don't know.
Gotcha.
We'll have to, that's gonna have to be ruled on the fly as we go, I think. So, but don't keep saying it. Don't like not say it, but we'll have to figure it out as we go. Yeah, you're not a nature person either. Did you got the +1 for guidance? Yeah, it gets people high. A lot of things grow and get people high.
You guys are just junkies. There's nothing special about this stuff.
You're wrong. Man.
Are you gonna roll, Samson?
What do I gotta roll?
Nature.
Yeah. First.
None of you guys are nature people. Yeah, you're drawing the same blanks they're drawing. Okay. Logan kind of laughs. Says, I think most people just take it. They don't really take a lot of time philosophizing about what it is.
Well, Logan, we have big ambitions here, okay?
I respect that. I wish you the best in that endeavor. Though maybe, drugs are just drugs.
Even drugs have a chemical composition, Logan.
Bit above my area of operation.
Correct, so shh.
Ooh. Ooh.
he has like a little fake hurt look and then goes back to eating. Kinda
So Laura
laughs.
winks and then turns to the mirror and says, "Sorry, we had to leave it to you."
Yeah, that'll have to be done in his workshop once it's clean. Okay. Oriana says, so what are we thinking is the timeline for our next exhibit or exhibition?
How are you guys feeling? You were dealing with a lot. Are you up to another one?
We saw Kaya when we were leaving the district of the bards. and I did a little reading of the minds. And she said she wasn't a fan of us, and she said she kind of, I mean, she was wish she could just kill me and Samson right there. She actually felt like she could kill me and Samson right there. And she doesn't like Vezeric's customs. She also told us to come on come on and challenge her soon because she gets bored. She wants kills apparently.
We should make her wait till last.
That's what I was thinking too.
Logan says,
She is last.
if she's not last, that means you mean to strike Michael.
No.
Then that
Are
means
we
you mean to
striking
strike
Michael?
Vezeric. There's only 3 left. Vezeric, Michael, and her.
Right, but I thought we were just gonna leave Michael alone.
That is the
No.
impression I was
No.
getting
No.
from you all as well.
Oh, really?
What did you say?
I was getting the impression you all were going to leave Michael alone as well.
Didn't you guys almost die at his hands before or something?
You almost
Or-
got
Yeah, that's why it's a little bit personal. I was going along with the plan that, we were going to be cool with Michael, but I thought there was, at least another loose cannon in here.
He also
Throw that away.
He also has like a zombie army though.
Not the first zombie army we faced, but,
I wasn't
I
there
don't-
for that. Interesting.
I ran away and pulled enough levers to know that. Being a part of the group sometimes is better.
Brian, did you say that like what am I trying to say? Like multiple districts can fight like at once, like
I mean, you guys have been doing it. There
Oh,
was
that's
no defined rule about it. You guys weren't sure how it would be, what the reaction to it will be, but you guys just did it. Nothing changed.
right. I forgot about that.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Oriana says, should we decide that we are targeting Michael, we will be doing it with little to no intel.
I think we need intel, honestly. Truly.
Miss Haskins made it very clear that is not somewhere she is going to go.
What? What did you say?
Harriet Haskins made it very clear that is not somewhere she's willing to go.
Oh. Well. There are other ways to get intel. Can a Visage possess a zombie?
I don't know about that. Let me see what it says. Zombies aren't very strong.
That's not the point.
Let's see. Let's see what shenanigans the Visage is going to get up to this week.
Intel.
One
This is
humanoid.
Humanoid.
Let's see what zombies are classified under. Probably humanoid, I don't know.
Mhm.
Zombies are made from humanoid remains. I don't know.
Up to you.
I'm gonna say no because it's a reanimated dead thing, and I'm not gonna say the Visage can possess dead
All right.
things.
Not up to you. Let's see.
The Visage
No,
cannot
that's fine.
possess a
Okay.
dead body. A zombie is just a walking dead body.
All right. Fair
That's funny. Oriana says, do we have any means to hurt the undead beyond our usual arms? Any radiant or godly magics?
I do have a little bit of radiant power, but it will hurt me too. Let me see. I have this little thingy thing I can do. What is it called? Blah blah. Sorry, it's a lot of stuff on this piece of paper, and I've never used this thing for that reason.
What spell?
Radiant consumption. Once per long rest, you can radiate a bright 10-foot light. Blah blah blah. Dim light for 20 feet for 1 minute until you end it as a bonus action. Once a turn, an attack or a spell deals an extra 11 in extra radiant damage to one target. And at the end of the turn, all creatures within 10 feet, including you, take 6 in radiant damage.
Wow. Oriana says, Logan says, wow, that's a lot of friendly fire. Potentially.
Yes.
But yeah, I think it could be useful if we're fighting a zombie army. Kind of clear out.
Certainly. Oh. Outside of any other radiant magics, I always find a good sword or axe does well against any undead. General fisticuffs work too. Pretty much any way you use to kill a living thing, you can use to kill a undead thing.
Right.
Do zombies have low, HPs?
They have no legs.
I'm sorry, what?
I am I'm trying to think how many zombies the group fought. They weren't one-hit kills.
Right.
It took some doing.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't super tough.
You have to fight an army of them. It's going to be pretty hard. Like we were fighting some of them in a graveyard, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't there.
Yeah, you fought some zombies and some skeletons.
Okay. Solar says, I can. Well, in terms of intel, maybe I can send Solus to swim up with them and see if he can bring back anything useful.
You are aware too that the mass migration of undead to his district has stopped quite a while ago.
Well, okay. Never mind. Wait, what is quite a while? Like, weeks?
Before you all left to go to Azrael.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. That's kind of concerning, actually. Surprising. Is there any, what is it? Like, creatures in the water? Like fish or anything?
Not directly around the channels that go around the city. In the sea itself, there weren't, because there was an undead horde out there that was just like murdering things. So there was a pretty wide berth of sea life around Sethret. You're not sure if it's returned or not now.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oriana says, if Michael is next, Is that tomorrow until the next day fight, or is something we're taking our time with?
I definitely think it's something we need to plan a bit more. Well, I don't know. What do you guys think? Michael might be the most dangerous next to Fezric, if not more.
Correct. Should we fight Kaya or should we? Why would we go after Mikhail instead of Kaya?
Because Kaya, don't rush me though. Now I want her.
You guys are just doing this off of ego.
Pettiness, I think, would be more accurate, but
That doesn't make sense.
I mean, it doesn't truly matter, right? Like, do we gain anything by fighting her first?
Logan says, well, the conductor did say he'd only wait so long. If we wait too long, he'll kill her and he'll have 2 districts.
Hmm.
He's not going into Mikhail's.
Rather, he'd have 3 districts. He has 2 now.
Mm-hmm.
It's more leverage he'd have at the end of the day to bargain
And they
with.
just met with each other. I have no clue why.
Maybe they're trying to join up and fight us, but like him having 2 districts, though, that doesn't really matter too much in terms of like us trying to take the district back, right? Like if he defeats her, then we defeat him, and then that's 2 districts versus having to defeat 2 people for 2 districts.
Oriana says, well, he has positioned himself as a neutral ally. Yes, in theory, if he had 3 districts and we beat him, we'd gain 3. Though he seemed to be more interested in sticking around until everything was finished and simply bargaining with the 3.
Yes, and also,
Or with
he
the
knows
2, I should say.
why we're here. I would not attack him with Vezric still alive.
Right.
And also, he was telling Samson about this thing called the chorus that he did. And essentially, he can gain inspiration from groups of people, even large groups of people. Seems to be that's the way he won his fight. His little I'm not throwing away my shot thing and getting the crowd involved, giving him inspiration.
Oh,
Yes. So
interesting.
I am not so sure that
We'll have to take him underwater then.
maybe we need to take him to a silent spell. But either way, we just need to make sure that he doesn't gain any more allies or people who might want to inspire him. Letting him grab another district might not be such a great idea.
But he got the whole crowd, though. It felt like he tried to get us too, so whether they're his district or not, he can just kind of compel everyone, right?
Sort of. Sort of. They have to want to help you, he said.
Oh, yeah?
Samson, am I remembering correctly? He's probably out.
You are. That's correct.
So, yes, they have to want to help you. So, yes, they may have been persuaded to help a bit, but I don't think if we told our people beforehand to resist this urge, they may be able to resist the urge.
Oriana says, do keep in mind he made very clear that he is on the side of the winner. If we openly challenge him to an attack, there's no guarantee he won't simply just fully align with Vezeric.
Exactly.
That's true.
We could always kill him after we've dealt with Vezeric, but I see little point to it at that to stand.
So, I think we should try challenge Kaya, and we should do it pretty soon. especially since they're meeting tonight. Let's go make that challenge.
Not
Yes.
opposed to it.
Let's wait till the rest of the group is awake to do this.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. We should probably pause it here.
Okay, we will call the session here at dinner, at the dinner table, as plans to discuss for the next attack, who to challenge and when. Good session, folks. Progress was made on all sides, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Exciting, exciting. You guys are terrible at nature checks.
No, we're really good at them, actually.
just not one with nature at all.
Come on, don't hate on us like that, bro. We're very good at that. That's our thing.
I'm glad you finally got Legend Lore out the way.
Yeah, me too.
I'm glad the group. Yeah, that was an interesting legend.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm like, shit, man, what the fuck is this thing? Oh, and I think I understand what happens when I run through all my points.
What's that?
My channeling. I'm going to get a call.
Oh, you think you'll hear him again? Or hear the voice again?
I'm going to be drawn to something.
Oh, I see.
It's going to draw me to something.
We shall see. That's part of the legend of the Void
These
artifact.
better not be giants inside the walls like Attack on Titan. I want something more unique.
The walls are made of giants.
I already saw that. Since I saw Attack on Titan, it's not as cool.
No, I'm not doing a Attack on Titan rip.
But that is pretty cool. I mean, it would make sense too. Stone giants, just like what are they called again? Titans.
Stone giants, fascinatingly enough, think the entire world's a dream. Only thing real to stone giants is when they're underground in their strongholds. That's the only real place. Anything else is a dream.
I feel like at the end of our campaign, when we feel like we're done,
Mm-hmm.
we should just go fuck around and put the void near a wall.
I thought you said the void has to destroy a wall.
No,
That's
no,
what
no.
I thought he said, but no, he said a void.
A void the wall. Yeah, the
He's
void.
over here trying to spit bars.
Unintentionally.
You never did take that little trek.
What, to the top of the wall again?
To the wall? No. We were supposed to go to the walls before we got sucked into the Fae. We got kidnapped.
You were heading to Craghammer.
No, Craghammer.
Oh,
which has
Craghammer.
separate
Which
walls.
is surround. Well, they still connect to the other ones.
Right, I was about to say, I thought
They connect.
those were still the...
Mhm. It's a large circular wall that connects to all the other walls.
And it's a weapon.
According to lore.
Can lore be wrong?
Yeah,
Like a lie?
it's a legend. There's the stories. I mean, it's the legend of this thing. Legends
Yeah,
aren't
but
always true.
It's a weapon, guys. We should either take it to the wall. Either we're going to destroy the world or we're going to get some cool power. But, we're going to be dead. So, I mean, we're going to be off of our story. So it's like,
Well, you can't avoid the walls forever. They're everywhere. So we'll see how that
That's
plays out.
interesting. But alrighty, folks. Until next time.
Yeah,
So
until next
the walls
session.
are weapons, and the void is something that can do something with that weapon.
Though it is unclear who would benefit from said weapon.
Man, I should try to cast sending to use all of my plus points and cast sending to what's his name?
Good night.
Good night.
To who?
Bahamut.
Bahamut?
Yeah.
You can't. That's a little different.
No, okay. I understand why you wouldn't let me do that. That's fine.
There are
I feel like
spells
it's a little bit cheating too. So,
But it just doesn't work. There are spells to speak to gods.
mhm.
You've never met Bahamut.
The way you keep saying it makes me think Muhammad, and it's hilarious.
I mean, that's kind of. It's not very far off. Like I keep saying a while ago that it was originally based on a bunch of just stereotypes being pulled in and changed a bit. So it is pronounced almost the same. From how I've heard it said, I'm not sure if that
I just say Bahamut.
that works too. Bahamut. Yes, speaking with the gods is a certain spell in its own right. I usually don't let things cross over that other spells exist to do.
Yeah, that makes sense.
This is why I had to pull back casting sending to dead people, because speak with dead's a thing.
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense too.
But I mean, the goodly god of dragons does exist. Find a cleric.
Yo, I just gotta. Maybe I just talk to what's. I mean, find a cleric. Dench.
Yeah,
Dench is in the mountain.
you don't know that.
I don't know that Dench is in the mountain, but I can contact Dench because I met Dench.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Um,
Miri,
but-
you know Miri's spoken to the gods before on your guys' behalf.
right. I don't know if. Okay. Yeah. It's interesting, right? So if we know it's a god of dragons,
Mhm.
so is it legend that dragons used to be around, or is it people think they used to be around?
Well, it's not like dinosaurs. It's more like aliens or the boogeyman or
Okay.
how we talk about fairies and fae.
Okay.
It's
So-
it's a very well. It's kind of like how we talk about dragons. You know, there's no proof, but it's just a legend that every
Mhm.
culture has.
So I guess the god of dragons. My thing is the people that can contact the god of dragons has to know that there are dragons there. Like Miri has to know that there are dragons.
Well, it depends how you view it. Just because there's a dragon god does not mean there are dragons on the material plane. It simply
I thought it
means
was
there's
the
a
god
dragon.
of dragons. I thought Bahamut was the good god of dragons.
Yeah, a god
Tiamat
of
was a
dragons
god of
doesn't mean
dragons.
that knowing those gods exist doesn't mean that they made creations on this plane, if that makes sense. Like,
Okay.
there's the thief god, didn't make thieves.
Yes, he did.
There's gods of darkness and honor and things like that. They don't, just because they're god of doesn't mean they have a actual. Oh no, I guess the gods do have domains, so I guess it could be reasoned.
Mhm.
If you know that god exists, you should reason that that domain exists.
One of the coolest moments still sticks out to me is when X stuck his hand in that wall and pulled money out.
Oh yeah, that was dope. Yeah.
That's a freaking cool moment that like still sticks with me to this day. I'm like, man, that was freaking cool. Like that's a cool moment.
God of Thieves, yeah. Yeah, no, I guess Miri would be aware that dragons must have existed at some point because there is a god of dragons.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I guess those who are aware of these, and then of course there's cults who
Mhm.
worship these mythological Tiamats.
Like the Fallen.
Exactly so. They worship Tiamat, so to them, dragons must have been real. And there are those who would just say that, you know, the god of good dragons is simply referring to good dragonborn. They may not think it means. They may not think it means, you know, actual dragons. They think it's
I
just
feel like the Dragonborn got to be like out there doing PR. Like, no, bro. Stop. That's not a thing. That's why you got people collecting our scales now. Cut it out.
Not a thing. Not a thing. But no, I never really considered that. That the existence of the god of good and god of bad dragons would indicate the existence of said dragons. But it's kind of like the name of the gods of the giants aren't known anymore. So no one's worshiping, acknowledging, or speaking to them. But there are people who acknowledge and, of course, speak to the good and bad dragon gods. Interesting little conundrum there. I will think on that. But Miri, I don't know. Miri's been through a lot. I don't think it would surprise Miri at all that dragons exist.
Our life is hard.
Been through some things, man. Although you guys are her strength in that. You guys are equal to a lot of people you met back at the top of the campaign.
No. No.
Yeah, I'm not scaling everyone with you guys.
I just want to be sure in Anton.
Anton is King Treleon is going around putting down uprisings and killing
know.
things.
I just want to kill Anton. That's all.
I mean, go for it.
I want to kill him because he's a bad person.
Why is he a bad person?
Because he is.
I don't think he's done
Being
anything bad.
creepy nowadays.
He's trying to get his kingdom intact and
No, he's
working
acting
well.
like George Bush Jr.
Wow.
George W. Bush.
How's he acting like W?
He tried to kill my daddy. And then he's going out and he's going to destroy the Feywild because somebody tried to kill his daddy.
It wasn't
Actually
try.
did kill his
Yeah,
daddy.
I mean, that's kind of super fair. Feels like a
No.
pretty healthy reaction.
If they actually killed H.W. Bush, well, shit, if they killed the president, I feel like we would go to war.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like we would be like,
I mean,
you know what? Fuck this.
yeah, it's like, I don't care if he was a good president. We going.
Fuck this. You killed Trump.
Well, it's like, look, man, I hate him, but you can't do that.
If trying to kill Trump, we'd be like, all right, come on, y'all think it's sweet.
Yeah, it's like, look, man,
It ain't sweet.
you can't,
Like, we don't
you can't
like
do
you.
that.
Like,
you can't
thank
do that
you,
shit. Yeah.
It's not sweet.
Yeah, so for
You
Anton,
can't
it's like,
destroy
yo,
presidents.
and he was also there for it. It's a little different if you just hear about it. You know, the fact that he lost, Tristan lost, and then his pops lost. That's a whole, you know, redemption
Man.
arc that you got to do.
So Archie bodied all of them by himself?
Yeah. And the way Anton told it, there were multiple winter nights and multiple summer nights, and they were all
Right.
throwing winter, summer night level magic. So it wasn't, you know, one person in the room. It was at least 8 people in the attack that were attacking. He's just certain that it was it wasn't a unison of winter and summer courts working together to kill the tree. He doesn't think that happened. He thinks it was either the winter night or the summer night and spells to disguise the other people as such. But
Okay.
he thinks one of
Okay.
the knights are responsible and wanted to hide their tracks because they knew they weren't coming to kill everyone.
This is a pretty cool legend, though.
The void artifact.
Yeah. I like it. I think it's a pretty cool artifact to have. I also want to break into it and figure out what knowledge it has.
I mean, you know, there's no guarantee they'll
Killed
kill you
me for
twice. Yeah, it killed you once. No guarantee that'll happen again.
I know. I feel like if I listen to Diego's gonna kill me, you might. Well, Diego didn't know everything. I'm sitting there
Diego
like,
did say that, didn't he?
He convinced me. You know, he does know everything. He told you what he thought.
Well, he did tell you what he thought, but he didn't like say it on a whim. He doesn't actively not want you to die.
Right.
So there's that.
No, I feel you. He doesn't know everything, though. And
No, he doesn't.
I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna try again.
I'm
Because that's Midas's Quest's knowledge.
about to say I'm 100% sure to try again. I just don't know when you're gonna do it, but I can
After
definitely
we-
see you rolling the dice.
After
on
we
that.
handle this Vesric stuff, if we don't die.
Yeah, it'd be exciting.
I just want it because I think it adds something to Midas's story. Because he wants to have like this spy organization
Mhm.
and like what's called bartering knowledge and everything like that. I think that kind of adds something to it. I'm mad that the group is so involved in it because it's not in his nature necessarily to keep something from the group, especially something that it's been so publicly happening in front of the group. They saved his life for it.
Yeah.
But he does want to have something like, oh, I have like a piece of knowledge that's like very ancient and I'm holding it close to the chest.
Well, I mean, if you begin to make, solo discoveries on it, you can have that secret patch of knowledge. I think you had mentioned maybe talking to Baez about it.
Yeah.
Like,
but
I
Logan
assume you're
warned me.
not going to. He did warn you. But I assume if you talk to Baez, he's not going to report back to the group exactly everything he said.
I don't see why Bias would report to the group at all.
No, you. I don't think.
Oh,
Like-
yeah, no. But I don't know what Bias knows. Like, Bias, I asked Diego. Diego doesn't know. Why would Bias know?
Well, Diego doesn't live in Elestria either.
That's true. But, I don't know. Bias is... He seems like he might know some ancient shit. He also seems like he's just a a power hungry, crazy person who has his own little schemes,
Hungry, crazy person.
and not like earthly power, like arcane power.
Hmm.
Like he does not like he wants to rule a country, but he's just like, how can I get more magically powerful? How can I manipulate people into a lot of shit and then sit back and watch? That's what he seems like to me.
I can see that. I think you have to
I'm
talk
actually,
to him and find out. I don't know.
I think of all the people I've met, I'm actually most skeptical of Baez.
Really?
Yes, because everybody else, I feel like I kind of have a handle on, more so a handle on, like, okay, this person's like this person's like that. Like, yeah, this person may not be a friend, but I know they're not a friend. Like, Baez is just like, he's not an enemy, he's not a friend,
Mm.
but he'll use you if he can. It's just like, oh, gosh, damn it, bro. What are you going to use me for?
Yeah, that's what Logan told. That's pretty much Logan's rundown on Baez is, look, man, if there's something to gain for him, he'll be there. He'll help you if it aligns with what he wants.
I bang with Diego more now, though.
Yeah.
Diego didn't take the thing from my. So I was like, wow, Diego, I thought you were going to take it. And that was just going to be the end of that story.
Well, for one, that'd make a bad story. And for two, he's not gonna. Diego's not here to take your shit, man. He doesn't. There's nothing that. Well, you do come across some pretty rare things, but that's not what Diego's interest in you is.
Midas just wants to be a dealer in secrets. When all is said and done, everybody's got their kingdoms, and Midas's kingdom is just information. He knows an information palace,
Be very interesting.
and he knows things. He drinks, and no, I'm playing around. He's not going to drink, but he's going to know things.
I hear you, man. That's quite the dangerous position to be in, though.
It is a dangerous position. That's why he's got to make it to like a high level, 15 or above wizardry, not wizard, but sorcery, and do his thing from there.
I mean, yeah, if you're that strong, you should be okay from any definitely any low level incursions on your life.
Yeah, and the higher ones, like, that's why he was also like part of it is just like getting in good with all the different nations and stuff, so that like, one, you got the information flow, but then two, you have people that seek to protect you, and like the kind of idea was ever so I was like, I fucking hate Midas, but like I'll be damned if I let somebody kill him. Like, he's too valuable. Like, oh, he's too valuable to me. Oh, he gives me good information sometimes. Like,
It's interesting.
and everybody kind of feels like that. Like, fuck, man. And, obviously you don't have to make it this way or anything, but that's what kind of goal is, to just be, or not necessarily everybody necessarily know who he is or that know that he's running this, but this organization is very valuable to me. Let's let it run, even though it's a pain in the ass too. Like,
you could definitely get to that point.
It goes in both. So that's I think my goal for this character, and then to try to set that up, and then in the next campaign, it would be cool to just chance upon not him necessarily, but that network.
Yeah, you would,
like, oh,
I can't imagine you'd ever run into Midas. You could definitely run into the network.
Yeah, like, oh, this information got passed to you, and then like me in the back of my head, like, or the group in the back of their head, like, oh shit, that's that little group. Like, those are the what do we call them? The shadows or the whispers? I don't know.
I forgot what you wanted to call them.
Say, yeah, forget it.
But no, I mean, again, the idea of campaign 2 is very exciting.
Man, I freaking really want to be in campaign 2, just looking at the things that we fucked up in this world. That's the other part. Looking how we twisted this fucking world, twisted your story, and changed it or whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
and then seeing how that affects our lives in some ways too, how it made it harder. Like, fuck, if I didn't do this shit in the last campaign, this would be so much easier.
I mean, if y'all keep actively avoiding Anton, which it seems like you guys are prepared to do for the rest of the campaign, very good chance that
I don't think we're at. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead with your idea.
I think there's a very good chance the campaign 2 there will be an active. The Fae are enemies of this plane background.
Shit. Well, you know I gotta be a Fae at that point and come to this plane.
You can be. You definitely can be.
Live here.
But like, if that goes unresolved in this campaign, then that's going to exist in the world.
So what do you mean we're actively avoiding Anton? You mean actively avoiding telling him?
Well, the one time you guys ran into him, he was like, "Hey, you guys want to help me out with this thing?" Whoa, hey, no, bro, it's not us. We're not helping with anything with the Fae. Deal this out. No, I feel like I feel like you're going to avoid any meaningful interactions with him.
You do realize why we did that, right?
Oh
Not
yeah,
saying it's the
100%.
right thing.
Yeah, because it's, you don't go back into. It is very dangerous for you guys to engage in that.
Yeah,
with that secret, 100%. I 100% get. This is why
There's-
nothing's
like,
changed
what
with
the
that.
fuck?
Yeah, there's nothing changed on that report. So, without anything significantly changing, I can't see you guys.
Yeah, we're just like
helping him with that.
You want to throw us in the middle of this shit? Then it's like, oh shit, like so many different things could pop out of this that leads back to us.
Mm-hmm. And y'all were just
Damn
there, so going back.
Why is Samson so fucking greedy? What the fuck, man? That shit was so wild. It was like, kill his dad.
And make him tree, which is a very important full sentence.
Exactly. Yeah. And it didn't seem like Anton wanted to be tree, and it seemed like his sister was trained to be tree the entire time. So it was just like, you put this crazy fuck who runs a thieves' den as tree versus a very diplomatic person. And then it just was chemistry. The whole thing was just like, you killed this pop, and you told him, yeah, he should be happy.
Mm-hmm.
Chris cracks me up with that shit every time, and I wonder if that's a little bit of Chris in there too, or is he's just completely being a clown about it? Because he's like, yeah, he should be happy, and I'm like, what the fuck? What do you mean he should be happy? He should be happy, you know. You got to be the king.
He's the king now, and now my friend's the king, so it all works out for me.
Yeah.
I think he made Samson in a way that Samson wants all of his friends to be extremely powerful assets.
Samson's very out of touch.
A little bit. That was definitely a choice.
And it's so weird though. He wants his friends to be powerful assets, but he wants to live the Bard life instead of being a prime.
Well, he's making some prime-esque moves now. He has come back into the fold. He has tried to, prove his worth and thought getting prime brownie points, as it were. Mm-hmm. And of course, he has his Gilavesto aspirations.
Right.
Which
now,
are
that is interesting.
Entirely prime imperialist things.
He'd prefer to be self-made than handed stuff, than be a nepo baby.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
I knew some people like that, just from like working and stuff like that. Like, oh yeah, their uncle owns a company or their dad. And I just feel like they're like, yeah, I just want to make it on my own. And I'm like, well, one, you're not. Let's be real. You live in a mansion, motherfucker. Like, you live in a $12 million a year house, whatever it is. But like, the other part too is I'm like, yo, dude. You understand, like, that's just only because you're rich. Like, most people are like, I wish, and I'd go happily run this fucking business.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, it's so interesting, like, how they think versus, I mean, who's wrong? And I don't necessarily know that they're wrong or we're wrong. It's just all about perspective.
I mean, yeah, I think it's perspective. Like, it doesn't make sense from the outside looking in. I can see from the inside how you wouldn't want your self-worth to... how you wouldn't want your self-worth entirely tied to what came before you. But it is fascinating, top to bottom. I think, I don't know, I never wanted to be a lawyer because my dad was a lawyer. I wanted to be a doctor because my grandfather was.
What?
So it's already been done. It's like, oh, that's cool, it's been done. Oh, that's cool, I want to do something different.
Sorry, Ben Diner. Are you on crack?
What?
Is this crack?
I mean, it just was one of those things. It's like it didn't seem.
Oh my gosh!
It's just never seemed interesting. Like they did it. I saw them doing it.
What kind of law did your dad do?
He was a federal lawyer. He was regional counsel for the NRC, the Nuclear Regulatory Commission.
Wow.
So he advised on all the shit they did and all their interactions with the normal peoples, and had to like go to the town halls and stuff when they're talking about putting a new nuclear plant somewhere and all that fun stuff. Yeah,
Wow.
federal lawyer.
That's interesting. So did he have to learn? I mean, obviously he had to learn about a lot of stuff about like nuclear, like weapons and
Well, his thing, nuclear power plants, is what their spectrum was.
Okay, well, plants. Even I mean, just nuclear power, just nuclear stuff. That shit. Period. He had to learn a lot about that to be able to be a lawyer in it. It's so interesting. It's very interesting though too, like how is a support position, like I would call him a support position, or like me, like where, hey, you have these people working on the actual whatever it is, like nuclear, and then he's a lawyer for them, and like I had to learn a lot about like pharmaceutical companies because I worked for my first job as I was IT for pharmaceutical companies. So interesting in like support roles, how much you learn about different industries and stuff. Like I'm in the snack industry now, or I wouldn't call it manufacturing distribution. So I learn a lot about that kind of stuff. It's pretty cool. Nuclear's always interested me. I wonder what your dad would think about fusion, how they broke through in fusion, and all his ideas about that.
You probably think it was pretty cool. I know.
Pretty cool to pick his mind.
One of his biggest things was that just being aware that nothing was as dangerous as everyone made it seem with nuclear, at least the power plants. And a lot of his conversations were just explaining to regular people that no, this is safe. No, what's coming out of the big power plant things is just steam. That's nothing. Like ignore the TV shows and this, that, and the third, and telling people what they can and can't do as far as how to move and operate. And like one of my dad's best friends, Mr. Brad, he is the top lawyer for. Oh wait, let me end the stream.